Hello everybody, my name is Meirav and I'm going to be talking about the missing link in FinTech, which is the FinTechs that are aimed at SMEs. Just like it was heard before, I do come from the background of FinTech before it was called that way, and I help connect businesses that are more established and financial businesses and the tech side of it, and I come and help from both sides of the equation. And I'm going to start from the beginning and say that FinTech was originally and actually is helping to improve the financial services. But if you look at it, many of the FinTechs are actually aimed at retail customers, okay? We see them and we hear about FinTechs that are aimed at consumers and that are B2Cs, okay? We know about the lending club, and we know about even the services that the technology providers are giving to financial customers, but in the consumer side of it. But what about the FinTechs that are aimed at SMEs? Okay, so just a minute, if you want to compare the services that customers are getting for financial services and compare them to the services that customers are getting on Amazon or on Google, first of all, you see that there's a big difference between them. But if you go and look at the services that small businesses are getting, you see that the gap is even bigger than that. Think about all the paperwork. Think about the forms that they need to fill, the unanswered needs that they have for accounting, the fluctuating balances, and I don't even want to start mentioning about changing a bank account when you're a small business. So SMEs are actually underserved, both by banks and actually by FinTechs themselves. One of the interesting things is that this market is very big, just like we heard before. 99% of all European businesses are SMEs. But the nice thing is that 61% of them are saying that they actually need help and support in banking and financial services. So if we stand back and look, what are we seeing? We see that we have a customer segment that is not being served. They have digital needs. They're actually willing to pay much more than retail consumers. They're a lucrative money spinner. And you know what? Banks themselves know this, and they're buying FinTechs that have to do with this customer segment. Look at BBVA and her buying the FinTech company Holvi from Finland. So let's look around and see what kind of FinTechs exist that serve the SME sector. Loans. There are a lot of companies that stepped into this credit space, and you see the Funding Circle or Cabbage. You can also see factoring, companies that give factoring loans like Market Invoice. Even Amazon itself, we're talking about the giants. Amazon itself, do you know that it gave loans to companies or small businesses that are working on Amazon itself? And as we mentioned before, there are ICOs that are happening to crowdfund projects. And the question is it going to reach small businesses as well? The other sector that we see that there are some startups dealing with the SME customer segment are in payments. Okay, there are FinTechs that have developed payment services. Look at Square, that allows you to collect payment anywhere in the world. Or look at the companies like Stripe or like Klarna. Also in the banking sphere, you see a few FinTechs that are giving services to customers, to the SME customer segment through new products and innovative products that they are offering. We talked about Holvi from Finland, and we're talking about Tochika from Russia that actually lets customers from the SME segment do their accounting and do their banking through Facebook with a bot and a personal assistant. There's also Tide that lets you open a business account in less than 3 minutes with your passport and do your accounting and banking on their website and on their mobile. In accounting, you also have a few FinTechs that are innovating things that are creating innovative solutions for accounting. You have Xero and you have Crunch that are allowing people to do bookkeeping and managing invoices. But all of these FinTechs are just a drop in the ocean of potential. There are a lot of other needs that are not actually answered by these FinTechs that are going to this sector of the SMEs. And if you look at the technologies, not all of them are used for the SME sector. Blockchain, we don't see a lot of solutions for blockchain for the SME sector. We were talking about coins, okay? And what about the ability to use your coin in order to create tokens for your users or a credit for your users? Data. Data is very important in fintech, but SMEs are not enjoying the benefits of going over the data and realizing what they can create, what potential they can create through the data that they have. And of course, AI. That's something that we don't hear a lot about being used for fintechs and SMEs. And what's the ideal that's really missing? If any of you know small businesses, you know that they have many different needs. And part of the problem is that a lot of their solutions are segmented, and they don't necessarily have one holistic view of all of their financial needs. So imagine an utopia where you have a one-stop shop of invoicing, accounting, cash management, predictive finance, and banking services that could all be in the same place. Now imagine that you had an API-based system that could allow connecting the different components all in one place. That could be innovative and very helpful for small businesses. Because small businesses, they don't necessarily need a service provider or many service providers. What they need is a holistic fintech solution that actually helps them solve the business needs that they have and helps them be more efficient and convenient for them and fintech solutions that use the technology wisely. That's why we're here today, and I'm going to give the microphone back to you. Thank you.